I stand by the grave, overwhelmed with grief. The service unfolds around me, but I feel strangely detached. My heart aches, and my eyes are blurry from the tears, but it's as if I'm watching everything through a fog. People murmur around me, offering their condolences, but all I can focus on is the weight pressing against my chest, a deep unease I can't shake. The wind blows softly through the cemetery, carrying with it the weight of everything I'm trying to process. My husband, Marcus, gone. 40 years we spent together, and now, nothing. Just a hole where my life used to be. My phone vibrates in my pocket, pulling me out of my thoughts. I hesitate for a moment, unsure if I should check it, but the curiosity overpowers me. I pull it out and glance at the screen. The message reads, "I'm still alive, trust no one." I blink, staring at the words. The air feels suddenly cold, the ground beneath my feet feeling less stable. I read the message again, not sure if my eyes are deceiving me. It's impossible. Marcus is dead. I watch them lower him into the ground myself. I can't breathe for a second, trying to wrap my mind around the message. It doesn't make sense. The phone vibrates again, a sharp buzz that makes my pulse quicken. I check the screen once more. The message reads, "Don't trust anyone at this funeral." My heart races. I look around, my gaze moving quickly across the crowd. Family members, close friends. Everyone's faces seem familiar, but for a split second, they all feel distant, like strangers. My mind starts to race. Who could have sent this? Why now? Why would anyone send something like this? Is it a prank? Is it someone I know? Was it really Marcus? I look at the people around me, each one a face I've known for years. My best friend, my son, the people I've trusted most. But what if? What if one of them is lying? What if someone here knows something I don't? I quickly type a response. Who is this? My fingers tremble as I hit send, but there's no reply. I glance back at the crowd again, still uncertain who to trust. I want to scream, but I can't. I feel a tightening in my chest, like the weight of everything, the grief, the confusion, the uncertainty is pressing in on me all at once. I clench my phone tightly, searching the faces of the mourners, but no one looks suspicious. No one seems to notice how lost I feel, how the ground beneath me is crumbling. I glance at my son, standing a few feet away, lost in his own thoughts. He doesn't see me, or maybe he doesn't notice how out of place I feel. My best friend catches my eye, but she only gives me a small, sympathetic smile, not knowing the turmoil inside me. I feel alone, more alone than I ever have, and I don't know why, but I can't shake the feeling that the funeral I thought would bring closure is only the beginning of something much darker. I return home after the funeral, my steps slow and heavy. The house feels eerily quiet, and the weight of the day presses down on me. I drop my purse onto the table and stand there for a moment, not knowing what to do. The emptiness of the house mirrors the emptiness inside me. Everything feels wrong. My husband, Marcus, is gone. I should feel some semblance of closure, but instead, there's only confusion. I sit down, trying to process everything, but nothing makes sense. Grief, anger, numbness, they're all swirling inside me, and I don't know where to begin. As I glance around the room, my eyes land on a small box tucked away in the corner of the bookshelf. I've never noticed it before. Something pulls me toward it, and I get up to retrieve it. Inside, I find a diary, Marcus's handwriting on the cover, and a stack of letters. My heart skips a beat. I hesitate, unsure if I should open them, but something compels me to. I flip the diary open first. The first letter I pull out is dated years ago, but it's still in his handwriting, and it hits me hard. I never wanted to hurt you, but I can't keep living this lie. I've found someone else. She's everything I need. I stare at the words, frozen. I read it again, then again. It doesn't make sense. Marcus. My Marcus. He had been everything to me. How could he have been living a lie? The weight of the letter crushes me. I move on to the next one, trembling. I've made my decision. I'm leaving you. She's who I want. I can't keep pretending. I've tried, but I can't. The room spins. My heart pounds. He was planning to leave me? How could I not have known? I read the next letter, shaking as I open it. I can't do this anymore. I've been thinking about her for months. She's the one. I need to be with her. Each word feels like a stab to my chest. How did I not see this? How did I not feel it? The man I trusted, the man I gave my life to, had been planning to leave me for someone else. The walls of the house feel like they're closing in on me. The anger, the hurt, it's all consuming. I keep reading, unable to stop myself. The next letter is even worse. I'm going to be with her. She deserves me, not you. I'll tell you everything soon, but I can't keep lying. I've made up my mind. I'm sorry, but I need to do this for myself. Tears blur my vision. How could he love me and do this? How could he promise me everything and then betray me like this? I sit there for a moment, frozen. It doesn't feel real. But then, I pick up the last letter in the pile. This one is different. The ink smudged, as though it was written hastily. I'm leaving. She's everything I've wanted. But I'm sorry, I can't stay here anymore. She's waiting for me, and I need to go. My hand trembles as I hold the letter. My stomach churns. I read it again. He was planning to leave me. He had already decided. He was going to walk away. I can't breathe. Everything I knew about my life, everything I thought was real, is gone. The weight of the betrayal presses in on me. Why didn't I see this? Why didn't I know? But then, something else catches my eye. The final line in the last letter reads, I don't know how you'll take this, but I can't keep living this lie. I'm sorry, Luna, but it's over. It's all too much to process. And then, another thought crosses my mind. His death, was it really just an accident? He had been planning to leave me. Could someone have stopped him? Could someone have known what he was about to do? My head spins with questions. The house feels too quiet, too empty, and all I can think is that this wasn't just about an affair. There's more to it. I have to know what happened. I have to find out why Marcus was taken from me when everything seemed to be falling apart. I sit in the living room, the letters scattered in front of me, and as I try to make sense of everything, the memories come flooding back, warm, comforting, and full of love. I remember our wedding day, the way Marcus smiled at me when we exchanged vows, the joy in his eyes as we said, I do. I can still hear the laughter from our friends and family, their voices blending with the soft hum of the music in the background. It was the happiest day of my life. I thought we were perfect. I thought we had it all. I close my eyes, and suddenly, I'm back on our honeymoon. We were in Hawaii, the sun setting over the ocean, the soft crash of the waves on the shore, and Marcus holding my hand, his touch so warm and steady. He whispered in my ear that he'd never let go, that nothing would come between us. We made plans for the future, talked about having kids, growing old together. Those days felt like they would last forever. Then I think back to family celebrations, Christmases at home, birthdays where he'd always surprise me with little gifts, even though he never had to. He always knew how to make me feel special. I was his priority, or at least, I thought I was. But now, everything feels so different. Those memories, once filled with warmth, now have an undertone of doubt. What was real? What was just a lie? The warmth of those moments, once cherished, now feels tainted by what I've discovered. How could I have missed it? How could I not see that something was wrong? My mind drifts back to a year ago, when Marcus started spending more and more time at work. I remember nights when he'd come home late, too tired to talk, too distant to even look me in the eye. I remember asking him what was wrong, but he always brushed it off. Just a long day at work, love. Don't worry about it. But I should have worried, shouldn't I? There were times when I'd wake up in the middle of the night to find the bed empty, Marcus sitting on the edge of the couch, staring at the television but not really watching. I asked him about it, but he'd say, just needed some time to think. But I didn't press. I should have. I should have questioned more. I should have trusted my instincts when I felt that distance growing between us, when the warmth in his touch started to fade. I remember one night our anniversary. He came home late, and I had prepared his favorite dinner, set the table with candles, waiting for him. I had this whole evening planned out, hoping it would bring us back to what we were. But when he walked in, he looked tired, almost detached. He apologized, said he had to work late, and we ate in silence. The look in his eyes was different that night. There was something missing, a shift I couldn't put my finger on. I thought it was just stress. I thought it was just a phase. But now, I wonder, was that the beginning? Was that when the distance started? The more I think about it, the more small signs come rushing back. The late nights at the office, the distant looks, the times he'd pull away just a little too quickly when I reached out. Little things I ignored, things I convinced myself didn't matter. Now, they all feel like clues I missed, clues that were always there, hidden in plain sight. He was pulling away from me. He was already emotionally checked out, but I couldn't see it. I didn't want to see it. I wish I had trusted my gut. I wish I had asked more questions. Now, I'm left with nothing but these memories. Memories I thought were perfect, but they feel so broken now. I run my fingers through my hair, my breath quickening as I try to piece everything together. How could I not have noticed? Was I that blinded by love? Did I love him too much to see the truth? I've spent so much of my life living in those memories, but now I can't help but wonder, how much of it was real? How much of it was just a carefully crafted lie? The pain in my chest deepens. I can't stop the thoughts from coming. The betrayal, the secrets, everything that's been kept from me. I'm left with more questions than answers. And with each passing second, the past feels like it's slipping away, replaced by this dark truth I didn't know existed. I want to move on, to make sense of everything, but right now, it feels impossible. How do I reconcile the love I thought we shared with the betrayal I now know he was hiding? How do I hold on to the good times when they feel so tainted? The flashbacks are overwhelming, and the tension between the warmth of our past and the harsh reality of the present pulls at me, like I'm caught between two different worlds. One is the life I thought I had, and the other is the cold truth that's now inescapable. And as I sit there, alone, the weight of it all presses in. I realize that these memories are forever changed, just like the future I thought we'd have. The decision to confront Sophie isn't easy, but I can't live with the weight of these unanswered questions. I've spent too many nights in the dark, wondering who she is, what she meant to Marcus. She's the reason for everything, the betrayal, the lies, and I can't keep pretending I don't need to know the truth. I take a deep breath before I leave the house, the weight of my decision heavy on my shoulders. My hands are cold, but I grip the steering wheel tighter as I drive to the address I found. The moment I step out of the car, my heart is racing. I'm not sure what to expect, what she'll say. As I walk to the door, a knot tightens in my stomach. I'm scared, but I'm more angry than anything. She doesn't deserve the peace she's been living with. I want answers, and I want them now. I knock at the door, the sound echoing in the quiet air. Seconds later, Sophie opens it, her expression guarded, but not surprised. She knows why I'm here. I'm not here to apologize, she says flatly, her voice sharp but tinged with something I can't quite place. But I'll tell you what you need to hear. I step inside, the door closing softly behind me. The room is nothing like what I expected. It's neat, comfortable, a stark contrast to the chaos I feel inside. Sophie gestures toward a chair, but I stand, unwilling to sit. How long? I ask, my voice steadier than I feel. How long have you and Marcus been together? She takes a deep breath and looks away for a moment, avoiding my gaze. For years, she admits quietly. It started with a few meetings, but it became more, he told me. He told me he was going to leave you. Her words hit me like a physical blow. I want to scream, to lash out, but I force myself to stay calm, to listen. He was planning to leave me? I repeat, trying to steady my shaking voice. For you? And all this time, he was lying to me? Sophie's expression softens, though there's no sympathy in her eyes. She's not here to apologize, and she doesn't feel sorry. He didn't want to hurt you, she says, but the words feel hollow. But he was done with you. He told me he was ready to leave. He said we'd have a future together, everything he'd promised you. The anger surges through me, raw and hot. So he wasn't just having an affair. He was planning to take everything from me. My husband, my life, my future. Was that the plan? To just walk away with it all? Sophie pauses, as if weighing how much to reveal, then speaks again. He was planning to leave you. Everything. The house, the assets, even your inheritance. He was ready to cut all ties with you and move in with me. But his death. I freeze, the words hanging in the air. Wait. What do you mean his death, are you saying? She looks me dead in the eyes now, her voice low. He was going to leave you for good, Luna. He was just waiting for the right moment. His death. It wasn't an accident. It stopped everything from happening. I can't breathe. I feel like the ground beneath me has been ripped away. His death, it wasn't just a random tragedy. Marcus wasn't supposed to die when he did. He was supposed to leave me, take everything we built together, and walk away with her. You're saying he was planning this all along? My voice is barely a whisper now, too afraid to ask the question I already know the answer to. Sophie nods slowly. Yes, that was the plan. But now you're left with the mess he created, and I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do to fix it. I don't know what to say. The words catch in my throat. My chest tightens, and it feels like the weight of everything is crushing me all over again. He was going to take everything from me. He was going to leave me with nothing. Her words hit hard, but I can't stop the anger from rising. Why did you even tell me this? Why come clean now? Sophie shrugs, but there's a flicker of something in her eyes, regret, maybe? Or guilt? It's hard to tell. I don't know. Maybe because I'm tired of living a lie. Maybe because it's been eating me up for years, knowing what he was planning to do to you. I swallow hard, trying to steady myself. You never loved him, did you? Not really. Sophie hesitates before answering. I thought I did, but it wasn't love. Not the way you loved him. And now, I have nothing. He was supposed to be my future, but everything fell apart, just like it did for you. Her words sting, but they don't have the power to undo the truth she's just revealed. Marcus was going to leave me. He was already planning his life with her, taking everything with him, and now he's dead. But the pain, the betrayal, it's still here, burning deeper than before. I stand up suddenly, my fists clenched at my sides. The weight of everything of Marcus's lies, his betrayal, and the woman standing in front of me feels unbearable. I don't know what I expected from you, I say, my voice sharp. But now I have something I can't unhear, something I can't forget, and now I have to figure out what to do with it. Sophie doesn't say anything as I turn toward the door. I walk out without looking back, the door closing softly behind me. But I can't shake the feeling that everything has changed. Nothing will ever be the same again. I've had enough. The questions, the doubts, they've been eating away at me. I need answers. The woman who destroyed everything needs to tell me the truth. I pull into the parking lot outside her apartment complex, my hands gripping the steering wheel so tightly that my knuckles turn white. My heart races. I've been imagining this moment for days, wondering what Sophie looks like, how she'll react when I confront her. I don't know what to expect, but I know I can't turn back now. I take a deep breath before getting out of the car, trying to steady my nerves. I can hear my heartbeat in my ears, louder than the silence around me. I can't believe I'm here, about to face the woman who had my husband. I don't even know what I'm going to say to her, but I need to do this. I need to hear her admit everything. When I knock on the door, it opens almost immediately. Sophie stands there, her expression unreadable, but there's no shock in her eyes, no surprise that I've come. She knows why I'm here. I didn't think you'd show up. Her voice is steady, almost too calm. I look her over, trying to control my anger. I force myself to speak, my voice tight. You don't get to play the victim here. I want the truth. All of it. Everything. Sophie steps back, letting me in. The apartment is neat, but there's something cold about it. Nothing personal, no pictures, no signs of warmth. It feels empty. I don't wait for her to speak. I need to hear it from her. How long? I demand, my hands shaking by my sides. How long have you and Marcus been together? Sophie sighs, her eyes drifting toward the floor before meeting mine. It started slowly. A few months, maybe. At first it was just casual, but things changed. He started talking about leaving you. Leaving me? The words cut deeper than I expected. I can barely breathe. He was going to leave me? Sophie nods, her eyes softening for the first time. He said he couldn't keep living the lie. He told me he wanted more than what he had with you. He promised me a future. I take a step back, my chest tightening. My mind races as I try to process her words. My husband, he was planning to leave me? He didn't just betray me with an affair, he was planning to throw away everything we built. What else? I ask, my voice cracking. What else did he tell you? Sophie hesitates, but then speaks quietly. He was planning to take everything from you. Your house, your assets, everything. He was going to walk away from you, and you'd be left with nothing. He was even talking about your inheritance. He wanted to take it all. You were just in the way. The room spins. I feel like I'm about to fall. My mind can't process it. He had been planning to leave me for her, to take everything, to erase me from his life. I was nothing more than a burden to him, something to be discarded when he was ready. The thought stabs at my heart, each word pulling me further from the reality I once knew. "No," I whisper, barely able to speak. He couldn't do that." Sophie's eyes darken, the guilt in her face now unmistakable. "He already had Luna. He was ready. But he didn't get the chance." I stand frozen, trying to make sense of what she's telling me. My heart pounds in my ears. "What are you saying? What happened?" Sophie looks at me, her expression hardening. "He was going to tell you everything. He wanted to leave you, and he was going to do it all at once. He was going to be with me. But then, his death." She pauses, as if weighing how much to reveal. "It wasn't an accident, Luna. His death wasn't an accident. It stopped everything." Her words hit like a punch. My breath catches in my throat. "What do you mean it wasn't an accident?" My voice trembles, the words barely forming. "Are you saying he was murdered?" Sophie doesn't answer immediately. She just looks at me, her face unreadable. The silence between us grows heavy, thick with implications. "I don't know what happened, but something went wrong," she finally says, her voice low. "He was going to tell you everything. He was going to end things with you. But now, he's gone, and I'm left with nothing. The room is suffocating. Everything is spinning his betrayal, his plans, his sudden death. But why didn't you tell me before?" I snap. "Why now? Why come to me with this now?" Sophie's face tightens, and for the first time, she looks almost regretful. "Because it's eating me up. I can't live with this lie anymore. It's been too long, and I owe you the truth." I step back, my head spinning. The betrayal cuts deeper than I thought was possible. My husband had planned it all, he had a future with her, and everything I thought we had was a lie. But now, there's something else, something darker hanging in the air. His death, his sudden death. Sophie's words linger in my mind. It wasn't an accident. What did she mean by that? What really happened to him? "You don't have the answers," I say, my voice breaking. "But I will find out. I will find out what happened to him, and I will make sure I know the truth about everything." Sophie doesn't stop me as I walk toward the door. I can feel the weight of her gaze on my back, but I don't look back. I can't. The anger and disbelief are still fresh, but something else is building inside me now, a need for the truth. I need to know what happened to Marcus. I step out of the apartment, the door clicking shut behind me, and I feel a shift inside me. There's a new purpose now. The lies, the betrayal, they're only part of the story. I need to understand why he's gone, and whether someone, somewhere, was responsible. I step into the house, feeling the weight of everything pressing in on me. The door shuts softly behind me, but it feels like the world has closed in. I drop my purse onto the table and slowly make my way to the couch. Every step feels like a struggle. The house is empty, but it's so full of everything: betrayal, anger, confusion. The silence feels suffocating. I sit down, my hands shaking as I stare at the floor, trying to find a way to make sense of what just happened. I can still feel the heat of the confrontation with Sophie, her calm, emotionless face, the way she casually admitted everything, like it was just another chapter in some twisted story. "He was planning to leave you. He was going to take everything from you." Those words echo in my mind, and it feels like a weight I can't shake off. How could I not have seen this? How could he betray me like this? I feel a lump rise in my throat. The tears start to form, but I push them back. I don't know why I'm not crying. Maybe I've cried so many times that I'm all out of tears. Maybe I'm too numb to feel anything at all. I thought I knew him. I thought we were happy. But everything was a lie. Was any of it real? I can't stop questioning everything now. The way he held me, the way he kissed me, the promises he made. Were they all just empty words, part of some sick game he was playing? I never saw it coming. How could I have been so blind? I get up and start pacing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I can't sit still. Every step feels like a battle, like I'm fighting to stay grounded in a world that's just shifted beneath me. I reach the table where the letters are scattered. I stare at them, and the anger inside me bubbles up again. How dare he? How dare he make me look like a fool for all these years? I want to tear the letters up, burn them, make them disappear, but I can't. I need to know the truth. I need to know why. I turn away, my mind a whirlwind of thoughts, but something inside me shifts. The anger, The pain, it's all consuming, but it's also pushing me forward. I can't keep living in this place of hurt. I can't keep letting him win. I won't let him get away with this. Not like this. I grab my phone and start scrolling through Marcus's old contacts, searching for anything, anyone who can help me understand what happened. His business associates, his old friends, people who might know something, anything. My hands shake as I type, but there's a fire inside me now. I have to find the truth. I have to understand what happened. I need justice. But something's not right. There's more to this. I jump as my phone vibrates. I glance at the screen and freeze. The message is from an unknown number. It's all connected. The affair, the will, and your husband's death. My heart drops. I stare at the words, my mind racing. What does this mean? How is it all connected? What does the will have to do with any of this? And how is his death tied to it all? The room feels colder. My breath quickens. I've been searching for answers, but this only opens up more questions. Who is sending me these messages? What do they know? Is someone watching me? I can feel the walls closing in again, the weight of everything crushing me. But I can't stop now. I have to find out what happened to Marcus. I have to find out why he died when he did. And I will make sure that everything that's been hidden is exposed. I stand up, my resolve hardening. This isn't just about Marcus anymore. It's about me. It's about my life, my future. I will uncover the truth. I stand in the middle of the living room, surrounded by my family. My son, my brother, and a few of Marcus's close friends are all here, their faces filled with concern, but underneath, I can feel the pressure mounting. They want me to move on, to accept what's happened, to accept the inheritance Marcus left behind, but all I feel is a deep, gnawing discomfort. I glance at the will, lying on the table in front of me, the signature at the bottom, a constant reminder of what Marcus intended. They want me to take it, to take everything he left for me, his assets, his money, his home, but I can't. Not with what I now know. It's what he would have wanted, Mom, my son says gently, his voice strained with the weight of the situation. This is what he left for you. It's all you have left. I feel the heat rise in my chest, the words he's saying too much to bear. The inheritance, it's supposed to be something comforting, something that should give me security, but instead, it feels like a burden. I stare at the documents in front of me, but all I see is Marcus's betrayal. Everything we built together, our home, our memories, our life, he was willing to throw it all away. For her. Sophie. And now, after everything, they want me to accept it, to pretend like nothing happened. I can't do it. You don't understand, I say, my voice shaking. He didn't just leave me this. He took everything from me. He was going to leave me. He planned to take it all. He was going to take the house, the assets, even my inheritance. And now you want me to just accept it? To accept his lies, his betrayal? My son looks away, his eyes filled with guilt. He didn't know. None of them did. But now they want me to just move on, to swallow the truth and pretend everything is okay for the sake of family. I feel my heart race as the conflict deepens inside me. I want to honor Marcus's memory, but I can't. He didn't just betray me with an affair, he planned to erase me from his life completely. Everything I thought we had, everything I believed in, is now just a shadow of what it once was. I stand up, unable to sit still any longer. I can't take it, I say, the words barely above a whisper. I can't take any of it. It doesn't mean anything anymore. I'll be fine without it. I'll find my way. But I won't accept this. I turn to face the room, my chest tight with emotion. The room is silent for a moment, and I feel like I'm the only one left in it. My brother speaks up, his voice calmer than before. Luna, you don't have to do this. It's the right thing to do. Marcus would have wanted this for you. But it's too late. The truth is already out. I know what he was planning. I know what he was willing to sacrifice. His betrayal has twisted everything we once shared. I can't accept that. I can't accept a future built on lies. I step forward and grab the will from the table, my hands trembling as I rip it in half. No, I say firmly. I'm not doing this. I'll find my own way. But as I move to leave, I hear a voice, one I never expected. My brother looks at me, hesitating for a moment before speaking again. You should know, he says quietly, his voice filled with remorse. The will, it was forged. I freeze, the words sinking in. What? He didn't sign it. It was all part of a plan. Marcus was going to leave everything to Sophie. He was going to leave you with nothing. The will. It was a lie. I stare at him, my mind struggling to process what he's just revealed. My breath catches in my throat. The will, it wasn't just an inheritance, it was a document that he had manipulated. Marcus had planned to give everything to Sophie, everything he promised me gone. The final piece of the puzzle falls into place, but the reality is more painful than I ever could have imagined. I don't know if I can ever forgive him. I turn away from my family, the weight of the betrayal too much to bear. I don't know what I'll do next, but one thing is clear. I'm not done with this. Not by a long shot. I'll fight for what's mine, I say under my breath, more to myself than anyone else. I walk toward the door, knowing what's coming next. The fight, the truth, and whatever consequences lie ahead. But I have no choice anymore. I will fight. I sit at the table, the shredded remains of the will scattered in front of me. The decision is made. I won't accept his betrayal. I won't let it define me. My hands are steady as I pick up the phone and call the charity. I speak to someone on the other end, explaining that I want to donate the inheritance Marcus left me. The money, the house, the assets, they mean nothing to me now. It's not about wealth. It's about reclaiming what's mine, the right to choose my own future. I hang up the phone, and for the first time in what feels like forever, I feel a weight lift off my shoulders. The anger, the sadness, they're still there, but they're not controlling me anymore. I have control now. I am free. I walk toward the door, the sunlight streaming through the windows. It's bright, almost blinding, but it feels like a sign. The past is behind me, the betrayal, the lies. They're all part of what happened, but they don't define who I am now. I step outside, breathing in the fresh air, feeling the warmth of the sun on my face. It's a new day. I look up at the sky, a deep sense of clarity washing over me. The future is unknown, but I'm no longer afraid. I've lived in the shadows long enough. Now, I choose to live in the light. I turn to face the road ahead, my path uncertain but no longer paralyzed by fear. There's power in this moment, in knowing that I'm no longer a victim of Marcus's deceit. I've found my strength. I found my voice. The truth hurts, I say softly, almost to myself, but it sets you free. I refuse to live in the shadow of lies anymore. I take one last look at the house, the place that held so many memories, now tainted by the lies and the betrayal. It doesn't feel like home anymore. I've outgrown it. I've outgrown him. As I start to walk away, I glance back. Just for a moment. My eyes fall on the desk, where Marcus's letters still lie, the ones I never opened. There's one letter tucked away in the pile, unopened, forgotten. My stomach tightens. Could there be more? More secrets? More things I don't know? I stop for a second, the tension lingering in the air. But no, I can't keep chasing after every mystery. I've learned what I needed to learn, and I don't need to know everything. Not anymore. I turn away, walking forward, my footsteps steady. My life is mine again, and it's only just beginning. The truth can hurt, but it will always set you free. I choose to live for myself now. No more lies, no more shadows, just the truth. Have you ever uncovered a shocking truth about someone you trusted? How would you handle betrayal in your life? Share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Your support means everything.